And first warning, meteorologist Don Maher with continuing coverage of our winter storm. First real major storm of 2022 for many of us here in southern New England. Those snowfall amounts here in western Mass have been in the range of 3 to 6 inches so far. Completely different story, though, out to our east. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Taking a look at the satellite and radar, you can see the snowfall continues to be light to moderate throughout much of western Mass. In fact, you look on if to Berkshire County, up toward the Pittsfield area, we're starting to see the precipitation begin to break up as the winds are turning around to the northwest. So that's going to gradually usher in drier air. So as we continue to push through the late afternoon and into the evening, we will gradually see the snow beginning to wind on down from west to east. Now, we've been watching some heavier bands out in portions of Worcester County, right along 190 and 395 out towards the Worcester area. These have been trying to make their way off to the west into western Mass, but they seem to be, as they continue to try to push ever so slightly to the west, have a tendency to weaken. So we really haven't seen those heavier bands really make their way into western Mass, maybe out towards the Wales and Brimfield area, some heavy snow a little bit earlier this afternoon. But for the most part, it's falling at a light to moderate clip. It is a completely different story. You go 80, 90 miles to the east out towards Boston and southeastern Mass. This has been a completely different storm where they have seen snowfall amounts approaching 2 feet. And as you can see, still looking at some of those heavier bands from Boston and points south and southeast where they're still looking at some heavy snowfall. Not only that, they have been dealing with some very strong winds out there, winds gusting very close to hurricane force in portions of eastern and southeastern Mass. Our area of low pressure, which really intensified during the overnight and through the day today, continues to push its way on off to the north and to the northeast. So we're gradually seeing our winds begin to turn to the northwest, and that will bring in the drier air later on this evening tonight, and especially as we head on into your Sunday. But taking a live look outside at our Monarch Place Skycam, you can see I-91 is still snow covered. The roads are slick, so if you really don't need to head out this afternoon or this evening, that's probably going to be your best bet. If you do need to head out, though, allow for a lot of extra time to get where you're going. Even though the snowfall amounts have not been anywhere near as high as to our east, certainly going to be some slick spots. And not only that, it is cold. Temperature right now coming in at 14 here in Springfield. Now, visibility is improving off to our west in Berkshire County, North Adams, Pittsfield, reporting 10 miles of visibility as the snow is beginning to lighten up, but still only looking at a mile in Westfield, Springfield, and in Orange. And you saw on our Monarch Place Skycam, visibility is certainly down with that snow. And of course, the wind really blowing that snow around quite a bit. Now, winter weather advisories continue for Berkshire County, western Franklin County. You get over towards eastern Franklin County, all of Hampshire, all of Hampden County under winter storm warnings. That continues into much of Connecticut as well, with the exception of southeastern Connecticut. And then you get into Rhode Island, eastern Mass, southeastern Mass, over towards the Cape. That is where the blizzard warnings continue. They will remain in effect through this evening. But for us here in western Mass, mainly a winter storm warning here in the valley. You get up into Berkshire County, winter weather advisories remain in effect. Here's some snowfall totals here in western Mass thus far. About 6 inches here in Springfield. Report out of Palmer, about 5 inches. 4.5 inches being reported South Hadley and Ludlow. Hampden and Wilbraham coming in at about 4 inches. So far the snowfall reports we're seeing throughout western Mass coming in at around 3 to 6 inches. But you travel 80, 90 miles to the east, it is a completely different storm system. Bridgewater coming in at 2 feet. Norton, 22.5 inches. Hingham and Brockton reporting 21 inches. Raynham, 20.5. And Swansea coming in at 19 inches of snow. Just about many of the reports I'm seeing out of the eastern part of the state, foot to a foot and a half plus of snowfall. So it has been a completely different storm system as you travel out towards the Boston area, southeastern Mass, and over towards the Cape. Now, the other story has been the cold air that is in place. In fact, look at Pittsfield, down to 6 above zero. We're at 14 in Springfield, 16 in Hartford, 17 right now in New Haven. The winds are north-northwesterly at around 15 to 25 miles per hour sustained. So that is giving us wind chills below zero. It feels like 1 below zero here in Springfield. Feels like 13 below in Pittsfield. It feels like 9 below zero in Worcester. And we are going to continue to see these wind chills dropping as we head through the evening and into the overnight. In fact, now we're seeing wind chill advisories come up for Berkshire County, as well as along the east slopes of the Berkshires. Western Franklin, Western Hampshire, Western Hampden County, going into effect at 7 o'clock this evening for Berkshire County, due to expire at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. For Western Franklin, Western Hampshire, Western Hampden County, these will expire at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, because wind chills tonight could get as cold as 20 degrees below zero. So even once the precipitation comes to an end later tonight, we're still looking at some bitterly cold air that is going to be in place. Overnight lows dipping down below zero throughout a good portion of western Mass, especially in those higher elevations with those wind chills approaching 20 below zero, heading on in to the overnight. So once again, taking a look at the satellite and radar, you can see the snow slowly beginning to break up in the Pittsfield area, so portions of western Berkshire County as that drier air gradually begins to move on. I think we're still going to deal with this for another few hours as we head towards the late afternoon, early evening, and then we'll see the precipitation gradually winding on down from west to east. In fact, you'll see that here on a future cast. We'll still hang on to a lot of clouds during the first part of tonight, and then we'll see some gradual clearing take place as we head on into the overnight hours. A lot of sunshine coming our way as we head on into Sunday, but temperatures tomorrow only getting into the lower 20s, so it is going to be a cold day. It's going to be a bright one, though. At least we will see a decent amount of sunshine, but if you're going to be doing any snow removal tomorrow, of course, you're still going to want to be sure to bundle up because it is still going to be a bit on the cold side. Temperatures still going to be running below where we should be for this time of year. But then we get into a little bit of moderating as far as temperatures are concerned heading on into next week. Monday, we're near 30. We're in the mid-30s on Tuesday, and then getting a little bit milder as we head towards the mid and latter part of the week. Wednesday, we could see temperatures getting into the lower 40s. But then as we head towards the end of the week, going to be watching yet another storm system approach. Some rain coming in here on Thursday, upper 40s to near 50s. So some of the mildest air we've seen around here in a little while heading in here. But then as we head towards Friday, some rain, perhaps even some snow coming our way. So that will be the next system we'll be keeping our eye on. But in the short term, it is a cold day tomorrow, and then temperatures gradually moderate. And by Wednesday, Thursday, temperatures in the 40s, perhaps near 50 as we head on into Thursday. Of course, we'll have further updates on air and online as conditions warrant. For now, I'm First Warning meteorologist Don Maher. Have a great afternoon.